In this video, I'm going to compare the physical size of the iPhone 8 Plus against some of the older iPhones here. And now the purpose of this video is to give you a feel of what the size is like on the iPhone 8 Plus. So let's say you own an iPhone 4S or iPhone 4, you probably want to feel what it's like to upgrading to an iPhone 8 Plus, say, so that you can get a feel how big it is. So let's get right into it, and we'll start with the smaller one, and then we progress our way up to the bigger one. Okay, so this is the iPhone 8 Plus sitting in my hand like this. You can see that's my hand right there, and this is how big it is. So this is how big it is when I'm holding it like this. The power button is all the way right to at the top, so it's quite big. And this is an iPhone 3, so it's quite an older model. So there it is, placing right on top of the iPhone 8 Plus. So you can see what it looks like. So I'll move all the other one out of the way so you can see. Okay, let's move that out of the way. So there it is. It's up that big, so you can still have a bit of space left at the top, and around 1 centimeter to 1.5 centimeters this side. So that's how big it is. iPhone 3 versus the iPhone 8 Plus. So let's look sideways. So this is what it looks like on the side. I'm going to place it against the phone this side so you can have a look as well. That's the bottom. Okay, so that's an iPhone 3. Smaller than the iPhone 8 Plus. Now we're going to move up to the iPhone 4S. So this is what it looks like in my hand. And the 8 Plus. So that is the size between the 4S and the 8 Plus. Let's put it right on top of the phone so you can see. So that's the iPhone 4S sitting on top of the iPhone 8 Plus. Right there. So on the side, this is how thick it is. Right there, iPhone 4S versus the iPhone 8 Plus sideways. So the iPhone 4S also has a glass back, the same as this one here. iPhone 8 Plus also have a glass back as well. The camera, you can see, is much bigger on the 8 Plus versus the camera over here. It's quite small. Okay, let's move up to the next one. I've got here the iPhone 5S. Now the iPhone 5S is very similar. It has the same size to the iPhone 5 and the iPhone 5C. So in this video, I'm just going to use the iPhone 5S to compare. So you can see this is what it looks like on my hand with the iPhone 5 or 5S, 5C. This is what it looks like with the iPhone 8 Plus. So a lot bigger. So there it is. This is on my right hand. My left hand is iPhone 5S. Now let's place it on top. So if you still owning the iPhone 5 or 5S and you want to get a bigger screen, so you want to move up to the iPhone 8 Plus or 7 Plus or 10 Plus, this is what it looks like. So that's sitting on top. Then the sideway, the iPhone 5 is still quite thick compared to the 8 Plus. That's the side, as you can see, right there. And that's the back of the phone. The camera is still quite small compared to the 8 Plus. That's the sideway. The bottom. This is the bottom. And this other side. So that's the 5S. Now we move on to slightly newer models. This is the iPhone 6. So you can see it's quite an improvement So when we have the 5S, then we move to the 6. Quite a bit of an improvement, a little bit bigger. Now let's place the 6 onto the 8 Plus, and this is what it looks like. In terms of thickness, it's almost the same. As you can see, it's almost the same thickness. The side, the bottom looks quite the same, except the 6 still have the headphone or the earphone jack right here. Now to the other side, and to this side, and I'm going to place it on top of the iPhone 8 Plus, and this is what it looks like. So that's the iPhone 6 size comparison against the iPhone 8 Plus. This is the 8 Plus. So that is what it looks like. So this is the usage, screen space usage. So you can see right here, that's how much screen space you get against the iPhone 6. Now I also have an iPhone 6 Plus right here. This is iPhone 6 Plus. Now they looks very similar in size, almost identical with the 6 Plus and the iPhone 8. Look very same, so it looks very similar, as you can see right here. The bottom, and to the left hand side, so everything looks the same except the cameras down here. The cameras is a lot bigger than the iPhone 6. So that's a 6 Plus. Physically doesn't look like there's a lot of improvement. Okay, so now we're going to move up to the iPhone 7. Now the iPhone 7 is very similar to the iPhone 6 in terms of the physical size comparison. Looks almost identical. It's nothing different. iPhone 6 and iPhone 7. The iPhone 7 doesn't have the headphone jack at the bottom. Apart from that, they look exactly the same, and the camera is larger on the iPhone 7. So when placing it on top of the iPhone 8 Plus, you should already have a feel of what it looks like. So if you're going to go out and buy a phone and you want to see what it feels like, what the size is like, hopefully in this video you can get a feel of what the iPhone 7 feels like. So you can see how it sits in my hand, and this is how it sits on my other hand, on my right hand side. So there it is, iPhone 7, iPhone 8 Plus. So that's the size. Now we're going to go up a little bit to the iPhone 7 Plus. Now it's getting closer and closer. The iPhone 7 Plus camera looks the same as the iPhone 8 Plus. In terms of the size, again, it looks exactly the same. There's no difference in size. I can't tell the difference. It looks exactly the same. Over here also looks exactly the same. Same thickness. Maybe this one feel like a little bit thicker, but it's just my feeling, but it'll probably be the same. Down here at the bottom, exactly the same. Even on the left hand side, all the buttons looks the same. The bottom of the charging ports and the switches and the speakers, they all looks the same. At the front, at the top, they looks the same as well. So this is the 7 Plus sitting on top of the 8 Plus. Looks exactly the same, no difference. Even the cameras at the back looks almost identical, no difference. You can see the flash here, then you got the microphone perhaps, and then the cameras. So there it is. Not sure what this sensor is, but there it is. Even the Apple logos, the only difference is it has a glass back on the iPhone 8 Plus, whereas this one here has a metal back. And that's it. So there it is. Looks almost identical between the iPhone 7 Plus and the 8 Plus. So I got one here that's I kind of like missed out. This is the iPhone SE. This is similar to the iPhone 6, only it is more compacted, smaller, but the internal hardware is exactly the same. It has everything's same spec on the iPhone 6, but the size is smaller. So there it is. You can see it's quite small. It's nice to have it in your pocket if you do a lot of jogging. The size is quite small. This one here can be a bit bulky when you put it in your pockets and you have to jog a long way. But there it is. It's the same size. It has the same size as the iPhone 5 or 5S. And that's it. That's it for the physical comparison between the older iPhones and the new iPhone 8 Plus. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos.